Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I have another haul video for you guys. This is actually from two things. This is an online haul, plus I have a little bit of stuff that I got in store. So I got a good amount. I actually think it's all drugstore except for maybe one thing, but everything else I believe is drugstore. So a couple things before I jump in. First thing, ignore my nails. They are really bad, and yes, one of them is broken. I'm gonna get them fixed at some point this week. Also, I tried something different with my hair because I just don't know what to do with it anymore, since I'm trying to use not as much heat on it, and plus I'm trying to grow it out to get the blonde out instead of dyeing it, because my hair got very unhealthy there for a while. So I don't know how I feel about this. I haven't used mousse in a long time, so it's something I'm just gonna have to play with a little bit. So just ignore that. Also, if I sound a little stuffy in this video, I am a little sick right now. So very sore throat, very congested. Also, that's why my foundation is probably rubbed off around my nose. I just can't be bothered to keep fixing it. I know this is probably going to be a long video, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with, I wanted to mention this really quickly. I didn't get these from Ulta, obviously. I got these from Target. I picked up a set of the Sonia Kashuk makeup blender duos, and I have to say I kind of like them. They get really big. Like, this is pretty big compared to this dry one. And it's kind of more flat on the bottom as opposed to a rounded sponge, and I really liked it. I used it today and I felt like it blended out so fast because it is such a bigger sponge. I really do like it, and I have had my makeup on for a little bit, so my foundation is kind of starting to settle into some lines. But anyway, so I really wanted to quickly mention this. I believe this set was like $10, so $5 for a sponge, and they're good sized and they're pretty good quality. So let me get into my in-store trip first, because I kind of had these products separated because I didn't know if I was going to order more. First thing I wanted to get was just a replenishment of the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I'm almost out of the one I had back there, so I just needed to pick up a fresh one, and I got that. And while I was there, I decided to pick up a Milani Make It Dewy one. I've never tried any of the other two. The matte one I probably won't ever try. I'm not really too big on a matte person when it comes to face products. So I tried this today, and I actually really like it. It's got a really nice mist on it. It's very fine. I don't know if you guys can even see that. I almost feel like this one melted my products in a little bit more than the Make It Last one did, but I really like the way it looks on the skin. I think it looks really nice. So far both of these are really good setting sprays. I haven't been buying any high-end setting sprays lately because I've just been loving the Milani one. So this is pretty much the only one I use. The only one that I could see myself buying is the Smashbox Primer Water. To me, that's like the best higher end setting spray or primer spray, whatever you want to use it for, that you can buy. So I got those two. Also, I got two lip liners from NYX. I got one in Plush Red and Nude Pink. I love nude lip liners, and I have an idea for this one. This is the Nude Pink one. This Plush Red one, it looked like it was gonna be like not so bright, but it is kind of like a pinkier red, almost like a berry type of color, which will be okay because I do like a lot of berry colored lipsticks. So I got these two just because I don't really use lip liners that often, and I want to start using them a little bit more. So I got these. Next I got this lip gloss. This is the Essence Shine Wet Look Lip Gloss, and I got this because I've been loving glossy looking lips lately, and I saw Juicy Jazz talking about this one, and this one I could just use on top of whatever I want since it is a clear gloss, and it has a really nice scent to it. It's like a sweet kind of scent, and it was I think only like $2 or $3, very affordable, and it wasn't very sticky. I have used it once. It isn't very sticky at all. It is a nice shine on your lips, so I got that. Next I got two brushes from Morphe. The first one is the M562 brush, and it's just like this. It is a very tiny brush, and it's not so dense. It's a very like loose brush. As compared to, hang on, let me find it. Like this one is the Morphe M514, which this is a smaller detail brush, but it's a little bit more tightly packed as opposed to this one. It's a little bit more flexible. You get a little bit more blowout with it, pretty much is what you can do, and it's really good to fit into this crease area right here. So I got that, and then I also got the Morphe M321 brush. I just been loving like smaller detailed brushes. I've been trying a bunch of different ones out for like under my eye right here, and I feel like this handle is like really long on this one. It is. Why is this one such a long handle? That's a little weird. But this one is kind of like a dome shaped. It's almost like a little pencil brush that would fit like perfectly right here, or maybe like really detailed packing in on the outer part of the eye. I think that one will be really great. And the last thing for my in-store trip, I just got this Colourpop Brow Boss gel. They had it in clear. I don't think they had any other shades, which I was kind of off put from it because it is white when you bring it out. But I used it today, and obviously the white doesn't really stay, and it doesn't make your brows feel very crunchy. So I think that was it for my in-store one. So now I'm gonna move on to the box. So I got a couple eyeshadow palettes. I went on there for looking for a specific color for a Valentine's video I want to do, and I found this. Well, I found these a while ago, and I've been wanting to try them out, and then I realized this had a color that I thought I would like, but I'm a little pissed. So this is the JCat Beauty Extreme Access Pocket Shadow. This has 6 matte, 6 shimmers, and this one is in Pops of Paparazzi. And the packaging is so cute. It's very simple, and this was very affordable too. And the colors they're very pretty, very, very pretty. You got some really pretty pastel-y colors and some very pretty just bold colors down here. And I got this because of this color right here, which on Ulta's website it looked more of like a soft pink color. It looked more pink, but in this palette it looks very pale, peachy, nude color, and that is not what I wanted. But I'm still gonna use it, try, see if I like it. If not, I think I'm gonna use something with this purple that's right here next to it. But I do want to swatch some of these because I I've only swatched that one shade, but I do want to swatch some of these metallic-y looking, like they say shimmer, but these look like metallic. Oh my god, I barely tapped into that too. That was this this one right here. Let me see. Let's look at this one. This one I think is going to be more of a shimmery. Oh yeah, this one's going to be more of a shimmery one than a metallic, but that's still so much pigment. Let's try one of these colors down here. This blue. It's a little patchy, but you can't really judge it off of finger swatches. Let's look at this yellow. Oh, that's a nice. These are really nice eyeshadows. They had a couple other ones too that I was really intrigued by, but this one, like I said, I got it for that specific shade. So I'm kind of excited to try this out now. Okay, so next in here I have a Morphe palette. The only Morphe palettes I have ever tried are the Jaclyn Hill one and the Kathleen Lights ones from like years ago. And the Kathleen Lights one was the first thing I've ever tried from Morphe. And honestly, when I had got that a couple years ago when it came out, I wasn't too impressed by the quality of the shadows. Now the Jaclyn Hill palette, the shadow formula is so much different than that Kathleen Lights one that I had, and who knows, like now their formula might be completely different than what it was back then. So I was just never really impressed, and plus I don't really like getting those bigger, bulkier palettes because I just don't reach for them that often. I have this one for a couple specific shades that really caught my eye, and this is the 9 Eye So Iconic Artistry palette. And guys, I love it because it is so small. It's like, it's not really tiny, but it's not like a huge Morphe palette. And of course it has 9 shades in it. It has a really nice mirror in it, and I got this because of these gray shades over here. This matte gray, and then this one in the center is a very nice like silvery gray. This is a very cool tone palette, which is not what I usually go for. I usually go very warm tone, but I really love this. I did a tutorial like a year or two ago using the Ulta. It was their matte palette because it had a really pretty gray in it with some blue liner. So this kind of reminded me of it. And so those grays and then this blue right here. It's really pretty. I haven't swatched this yet. I'm kind of... Ooh. Not the most pigmented, but there's pigment. Let's try this one right here. This is that silvery grayish color. I think that these would look, you can hardly see it, but these would look really pretty wet. I think they would be a lot more intense wet than just me finger swatching. Let's try these mattes. A little patchy, but you cannot really judge by finger swatches. Let's try this one in here. I mean, they're not that bad. They are just like the tiniest bit patchy, but like I said, finger swatches I don't really go by because once you start using brushes and blending them on your eye, the colors and the formula really shows through and shows you how good of a shadow it's going to be. So you can't really judge it by the finger swatches. I have one more eyeshadow palette in here that I got, and I have not ordered BH Cosmetics in years. The last time I placed an order from BH Cosmetics was the It's Judy Time palette and the That's Heart palette. So that was almost 5 years ago maybe. I got the Sylvia Gani eyeshadow palette. I love this packaging. It is so pretty. I love this like faux print right here with like the fake gold detailing on it. It is really pretty. I love that it has a really nice mirror in it right here, and that it has 2 highlights in it, and it's 22 shades, I believe. Yeah, 22 eyeshadows, and I love like the rose detailing down here on this. I did use this today, but I only used 3 colors. I used Wolf right here all over my lid, and then I used Obsessed in the crease because I wanted like that kind of like mauve-y brown color, and then I'm very tongue-tied today. And then in the inner corner, I have Prince right here. It's very, very pretty color. I'm really excited to dig more into this palette. And I do have the highlights on my face. I have mostly Opal on my face with a little bit of Libra, like on this part of the face. I don't know how I feel about the highlights because Opal is very like a chunky highlight, and I don't really go for like chunky glittery highlights. I mean, it looks good, it's very reflective, like it has good pigment in it, but it does have a lot of glitter chunks, which I'm not about those glitter. Libra isn't like that. Libra is a lot more smoother, and then Opal is just a little bit more chunky. I mean, they're really pretty, they're very, very reflective, but like I said, it's just that chunkiness that I don't really go for in highlights. You can see it in these bottom ones right here, like the chunks that came all over to the shadows from this Opal highlight. This one's Hazel. I'm gonna swatch this one in Rebel because this looks like an interesting blue shade. It's like almost like a cool toned. Then I'm going to do, let me do 2 shimmers. I will do Wild Child, and let's do Goddess. Those are pigmented. They're very buttery. Like the mattes are very buttery, and the shimmers are definitely buttery. Those shimmers are gonna look gorgeous on the eyes, especially when used wet, and those mattes are gonna blend like a dream. I'm kind of excited to use this blue and this green because that's a little different type of blue than I've seen. Normally I'm like seeing these bright blues, kind of like what's in the bottom of this one. Like this Juvia's Place palette right here has a lot of like, it has like a bright turquoise type blues, and this one's more of a cool toned deeper blue, so I think that's gonna be really, really pretty. Yeah, those are gorgeous, and those are like not wet, so I cannot wait to see what those look like wet. So I'm kind of excited to use this. I think I might use this in a 1 week using one palette video because there's so many different things you can do with this palette. One in Channel is really pretty. It's like a really pretty mustardy color. That with Goddess would look gorgeous together, maybe with a little bit of ginger in the crease. And then this one, like in Sisterhood, Self-Love, and Wild Child, like these first three right here in this row, those are like my tones. Like I love those. Those are the ones I mostly gravitate towards. And I like that these are more of a cooler toned shadows, like down in this area, like especially underrated right here, and Night Owl is where I really see it. I think these are going to be gorgeous. I'm sorry if I'm blinding y'all. Oops. I think these are going to be really gorgeous, and I'm really excited to play with this a little bit more. I got two more brushes from Morphe. They're actually the same brush. I got two of the Morphe M165 brushes. They're just their angled brushes. I wanted one for gel liner to see if I like using an angled brush or if I like using the really thin eyeliner brushes. So I got one for that, and then I also got one for eyebrows because I need a new eyebrow brush. The one I've had for a very long time, and it's really good. I like that it's so tiny. Like after washing it and using it for so long, it's like frayed out in certain areas, so it's not as precise as it used to be. Even after like a fresh clean, it's still not precise. So I got these because these are a little bit chunkier than what I would go for, but we're gonna try them out and see. I also got this Covergirl, I think this is like their Stay in Line eyeliner. I got mine in the matte black, and it is what I'm using today, so it is a very matte one. I will say it is pretty easy to use. Now I'm not perfect as wing liner, as you can see. I mean, when I like lean my head back, it looks pretty good, but when I'm down, it like looks not very even. I don't do wing liner that often, but it's something I'm really getting into. But just look how fine this is, and it's so easy to work with. It is a felt tip, but it is so thin, it's really easy to get your wing very nice and precise and get like really small on the inner part of your eye, because I know that's what I struggle with a lot, is getting that part of my eye very thin and not getting it too thick. Another good thing about this liner is if you go over it more and more, it doesn't really get flaky. I know I have some eyeliners that are like that, so that's a really good plus about this, especially because I mess up a lot, so I'm going over and over places. And it's got like a nice thin like cap, so it's really easy to hold and get really nice and precise. So I like this so far. It was the first day trying it, so I'm gonna have to keep trying it out, see if I really like it. I also got a mascara from Covergirl, and this is the Covergirl Lash Blast Volume, the one in the orange tube. I believe I used this maybe like 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe, when I first started getting into makeup, and I really like it. It's hard to tell right now because I do have lashes on, but this is what I have on my lower lashes, and it really just like lengthened them, and they're like very out there, and it looked really good on my top lashes before I added falsies. So I'm really excited to be using this one again. I really am so happy that Covergirl is cruelty free because they have so many good products. Next, I got this NYX retractable eyeliner. This one's just in white. I love the NYX retractable liners. They are so nice. I have one that's like a turquoise, a purple. I have their brown one, their black one. They are really nice and creamy, very pigmented. Plus they're so affordable, so they're really just a good like add to your collection. So I got another eyeliner from NYX. This is part of like the look I had in mind for my Valentine's look. This is the NYX Vivid Brights Colored Liquid Liner, and this is in Vivid Petal, so it's a really pretty pink. And yeah, I'm so excited for this. It's really thin, I think. Yeah, it's got a nice thin brush to it. It's kind of chunky, but it's a really pretty, is this like yeah, it's like a brush, it's not a felt tip, but this is a really pretty soft pink color. It's like a bubblegum pink color, which I think it's gonna tie in very nicely with the look that I have in mind. So there's this, and they have a bunch of different colors in these too, like a bunch of vivid bright colors. So I'm kind of excited to see what this is like on the eyes, the formula, how easy it is to apply. So I will let you guys know. I have these last two things for the eyes. I got a double pack of the Ardell Faux Mink Demi Wispies. I love the Ardell Faux Mink lashes. They are so pretty. They're very nice and wispy. They don't look as thin and like fake as some other lashes do, so that's why I really like the Faux Mink ones. So I got just a double pack of those, plus I got a 5-pack of the Ardell just original Demi Wispies, which is what I have on my lash, which is what I have on my eyes today. Demi Wispies, any type of Wispies from Ardell are so pretty, especially like the Demi Wispies and the original Wispies. I love those. And 5 packs, I believe this is like $10 or $11, which is amazing. Next, I got the JCat Beauty You Glow Girl Baked Highlighter, and this one is in Crystal Sand. Now, I did put this on my niece yesterday, and it is a very, very gorgeous color. I feel like it's very like washed out from the camera, from the lights, but it's a very gorgeous color, I will say that. But when I put it on her, oh, it's not like a very smooth highlighter. Well, it's baked. When I did put it on her, it looked very glittery, but now putting it on my hand, it doesn't look like that on my hand. But it is kind of like one of those like not so smooth powders. Like you can hear it when I'm rubbing in it. Like to me, that's just not a smooth powder. Anyway, that is what that looks like. It doesn't look as glittery on my hand as it did on her face. So maybe it's just the brush I used to apply it with on her face. I had used my Real Techniques like little setting brush. I used that. So maybe it's just I need to try it with a different brush. Have a blush palette. This is the Milani Flowers of Love Rose Powder Blush. This is their lightest one. I believe they might have 2 different shades. This one is like their light to medium one. I did use this today, and I don't know how I feel about it. I feel like, because I was just going to originally use this middle one, and nothing was showing up on my skin. So I started mixing it with this last one, and I felt like no matter how much I went back and forth, I couldn't see it like even on my brush, and I feel like I couldn't really see it on my face. So yeah, just a little bit more. Like I wanted to get more blush because I only have 3 blushes in my, well, I have a blush palette in my collection that's not even available anymore, but I have 3 individual blushes, 2 which aren't even sold anymore, and so I figured I needed something else. This first one over here looked like it has a little bit of a sheen to it, and I don't really go for like, I could probably almost use that as a highlight. Like you can't even see that on my skin. But these other 2, they're not too pink. I don't really like swatching blushes because they're so like tightly packed. They don't swatch well at all. But I'm gonna just have to play with this a little bit more, maybe try it with a different brush. Because I've heard really good things about the Milani Rose blushes. I don't see why there would be a formula difference between the palettes and the individual blushes. So I'm gonna just have to, like I said, try this out a little bit more, use a different brush. Maybe I can use this one as like a highlight, like a really peachy highlight, because that's too light for me for blush and it does have a sheen to it. So the last product that I have is the Dose of Colors Desi and Katy part 2, I guess. Liquid Velvet in a Mauve story, which I didn't realize this was a liquid velvet. I thought it was a liquid lipstick, so that's why it's not drying down all the ways, but it's very comfortable. I really love it, and I do not know what took me so long to get this color. I'm in love with it. It's probably going to be my new everyday color. And this, I think the packaging is a little bit smaller than regular Dose of Colors, but it is such a gorgeous package. It's the matte right here, the really pretty rose gold. I'm kind of tempted to get the Friendcation palette and maybe one of their glosses, but I'm not sure. But yeah, this is what's on my lips right now. I will swatch it for you too. So that is what it looks like. It is so gorgeous, and that's why I used this specific shade from the Sylvia Gani palette, because I thought it went very well with this lipstick, and it's just so pretty. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm so excited to try more. I think I'm gonna go and buy some more of the collection because I really like it. So that is actually it for this haul. I would like to know what videos you guys would like to see first out of the full face videos. A Covergirl one, Milani, JCat, or BH Cosmetics. Those are the 4 that I have in mind as of right now. I would like to eventually do some more higher end ones, but for now, or maybe Morphe too. I'll throw Morphe in there. Let me know which ones you'd like to see. I'm kind of interested in the Morphe foundation and concealers and stuff, because I know they don't have such great reviews. And yeah, so I'm kind of interested to see what's going on with that. So let me know what videos you guys would be interested in seeing first out of those full face videos. That is it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this haul. I know I do a lot of hauls on this channel, but I buy a lot of makeup. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please give it a thumbs up before you go. Also, subscribe to my channel before you leave. Turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified anytime that I post. You can also follow me on my socials. I have Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. I actually do not have my Facebook page anymore. So yeah, I'll have all those linked in the description box and down below. Definitely follow me on Instagram because that's where I'm active the most. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.